and screaming from a chandelier.
We could ask chat to see what they think the bill rate is.
Sure, chat. What he said. How bad is it?
Is this viewable for you guys?
What? NVIDIA GeForce. No, I don't want a NVIDIA GeForce update right now. No.
Says we're back, I think. Probably.
Even though on my end it's like, are you actually
The author says it's fine for him.
It says I have no viewers, LMAO.
It tells me that you have 7.
Oh, sweet. Cool. We're gonna go with that number.
Caesar also says it's good.
Okay, cool. I can't get comfortable. Okay, we're gonna put my feet on the other side of my bean-shaped desk. All right. We're gonna put
I kind of like your shirt. What's your shirt?
It's caboose.
Ah, I like caboose.
It's caboose. It's boose.
You told me it was the 3rd arm.
What?
You don't remember that part, that bit? Hey, caboose! High five!
Oh!
I don't want to do that anymore.
You told me it was the 3rd arm. Oh my god. Alright. Yeah,
Order!
I'm glad I could just chill with this stream because I don't actually need my left hand for anything. Because it's all mouse. It's all just clicking. Alright.
Mr. Von Karma, what is the... sorry, I can't... I get...
Zim!
Blah, blah, blah.
It's Zim.
Mr. I am Zim. Zim is me. I am Mr. Zim.
Oh.
Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now?
Terminator.
Bah! Just the question. You must question everything. God, why am I so off right now? This will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste.
Yeah, we do. I get paid by the hour.
I'll call my witness now. Right. I call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand, and he has no name.
It's that mysterious boat shop owner.
Witness, state your profession.
Oh, obviously he's not gonna say his name.
I am the proprietor of the restaurant The Wet Noodle at Guard Lake. I will backhand you. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct?
Yeah, because he fucking lives there.
Yep, I was. Please testify.
Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet.
Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright.
Then fucking ask him, you piece of shit.
I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes.
Your prediction is a little shit, much like your outfit, Mr. King George looking ass.
Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. I'm sorry, what was that last bit?
Mr. King George looking ass.
Give me liberty or give me a death.
Yeah, right.
The witness will state his name.
I don't have a name, sir.
I'm
caretaker.
I'm caretaker, man. I'm not really sure. Yep. What do you mean? My memory? Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago.
How convenient.
He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we, witness? I'm gonna tell you everything. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yep.
Even though he said, like, it had to be at night.
I was in the restaurant, I rent boats as usual, when I heard a bang, yep. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating in the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore, and a man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination.
Oh, fuck you.
There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony.
Yes, because we don't... Who's men's? Who's man's?
Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict now.
What?
Yes.
No!
Mr. Wright.
What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness.
Very well. You may begin.
Oh man,
excuse me, Mr.
He's gone Super Saiyan.
Now he's gonna be held in contempt of court. 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time.
We get paid hourly here.
I get paid to not give fucks, just to give the opinions. You may cross-examine the witness.
Alright, now I actually need to use my other hand.
Oh no.
Alright, it was night of the 24th, just after midnight. So that means it's the morning of the 25th, right? Just after midnight, you say?
Yep, just around then.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure, yep.
When I talked to you yesterday... Excuse me. When I talked to you yesterday, you were really vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. Karma.
I asked him and he remembered. Isn't that right? Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly, I did, yep. You see, continue.
Whereas rent boats as usual. Is there anyone who can verify that?
Well, I guess Polly could.
That's not good enough for a court of law.
Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough?
Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot.
A parrot? What is a parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue.
Heard a bang. And where did that bang seem to come from?
From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Yep. Good. Continue.
Looked out, saw a boat. Was there someone in the boat?
It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly.
Wait,
I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Do-do-do. I can see all obstacles in my... How much can I sing of a song before copyright?
I'm not sure. Let's not test that.
So here's the thing. There's nothing you can really present here at the moment.
Yeah, I was just looking
In case
at
you're
it.
wondering. But I figured there was 2 men out there. Yep.
But you couldn't see them clearly.
Yep. At the time, that is.
At the time. I heard another bang. So you heard 2 gunshots total.
Yep.
That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. Wait, what did we grab from her testimony? Hold on.
There were 2 bangs. We also have a photo to help prove that.
Heard 2 gunshots just after midnight. Alright.
So the 3rd gunshot had to be before midnight.
By your window.
Yep, by my window, right outside the window of my little shack. I have windows.
And could you see the man's face?
Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony.
I have a bad feeling about this. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad?
Darn certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by too. Witness, are you sure the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that Edgeworth boy!
Oh, he passed out. Could someone, can we get a mop?
Someone please get him off the floor. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I have seen no room for doubt. I mean, except for the fact that he saw him through a thick fucking fog and they can't remember yesterday.
Yeah. Von Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I better act quick or this trial is going to be over. Raise an objection. Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun.
Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from right hand gun and the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand?
Exactly.
That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his fingerprints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter. Everything in this witness's testimony is true.
The judge is lost in thought. What should I do?
I will continue raising objections until there can be no objections raised.
Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, "I can't believe he's dead," but his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie...
Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof.
Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. Can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you.
3 minutes was perhaps too high of an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This too must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. Sleeping.
Sleeping time. Sleepy times.
The court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. Nor is there any need for more time to defend it.
You cut out.
Nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant.
There you go.
This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts.
What? No.
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, guilty. The accused will surrender to the court immediately. To be held pending trial at the higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Is that supposed to happen? Wait!
Wait! Who was that just now?
Me? Huh? What? Larry?
What are you doing here?
Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it.
Remembered what?
The gunshot. I heard it too.
Oh, Larry coming in clutch.
Order! What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you heard a gunshot.
Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify.
Order! Order! Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court.
And certainly won't be the last.
I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial's over.
Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now.
A waste of time.
You're a waste of time.
The verdict cannot be overturned.
The judge can fucking overturn it.
Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. What is this?
A fair trial.
I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess.
Oh yeah, judge is back on top.
After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned.
Whew, that was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth.
Hate it. Huh. I've seen worse.
Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night. Yes. He said he went looking for the Steel Samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Look, he's all, like all bundled up and like Oh yeah,
I
in
don't
the
know why he's
Santa
still wearing the
outfit.
Santa costume.
Yeah. Oh right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night. Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth.
Huh? You say something right.
Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong?
It's nothing.
Oh, come on, Edgy. Tell me your feelings. Let's have a feeling circle. Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What's that?
Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon?
Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really.
I see.
Right.
Yeah?
This might be our chance.
Our chance?
Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials.
Perfect trials.
Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry.
What are you getting at?
It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, Wright.
That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now. Let's not milk the trial like it's, an animal.
Court is now back in session. Witness. Please testify to continue the court about everything you saw. On the night of December 24th.
Right, leave it to me.
Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. The night of the murder.
That night I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back at the rental shop dock. Then just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home.
That was unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright?
There are so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin.
Ah,
Well, okay. First of all, what time was it?
Oh, it was after 11 when I went out in the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak.
And why were you out on a boat at such a late hour? Looking for something?
Yeah.
Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant.
I'm gonna have to agree with Karma on this one.
Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy.
That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense.
This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with.
Around what time was that?
Well, let's see. I figured I was out searching for about an hour. I guess I was around 12, yeah? You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face! I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay?
People use watches these days, Larry. Where did the sound come from?
Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know.
Did you look at the lake?
Yeah, I looked.
Wasn't there a boat on the lake?
Order! Order! Well, Mr. Butts?
Whoa, whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not.
Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case.
I mean, you know, an easy way to resolve this would ask how many boats were in the dock at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we would know how many docks there would be at the time if there was no one out on the lake, you know?
Yeah. 'Cause apparently there was... Well, the sketch shows 4.
Yeah, but we shouldn't follow that line of reasoning. We should instead focus on how many gunshots he heard.
Yeah. So...
Look at Lotta's testimony.
Heard 2 sounds like gunshots just after midnight. Ah, we present it here.
So this must be the 3rd gunshot. Yes, I think we should present it here where he says he heard the single gunshot.
Here we go. Wait a sec, Larry.
What?
You only heard 1 bang? You're sure?
That's what I said.
But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night.
Huh?
Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said?
Yo, Nick, please.
Huh?
You know, something's been bothering me.
It's your attitude.
I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here.
That's not how this works, Larry.
So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay?
Mr. Butts,
That's not how this works.
What?
you only heard 1 gunshot, are you sure?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure.
Excuse me. Not sure? How can you not be sure?
Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else.
Something else.
My radio, dude, with my headphones.
What?
Order, order, and stop booing. Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones.
Yeah, so what? That's a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal?
Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor this shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony?
Continue, right?
I think we should continue the testimony because this is the only thing keeping Edgeworth alive.
Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony.
Bah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include the details like your radio.
Right, leave it to me.
I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me.
It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to all these request shows on the radio, see? I was listening to this real booming loud light. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it, too.
Oh, that's gonna be what we press on.
You were listening to the...
Sorry.
Yeah, that was the big... I think you... Yeah. Oh. Can't man listen to this radio in peace? Isn't this a free country?
I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is.
Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony.
Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot.
Excuse me, DJ?
DJ. An announcer. The guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs. And so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Wright.
I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. What did she say? Or he? Or they? We don't know.
Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could be knowing how the radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see a reason why we should continue. Oh, what was the question?
We should care.
I'm confused about what the question was.
What do you mean? Hello? Grant?
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Grant? Hello? Grant?
Why can't I hear you?
Hello?
I can't hear you. Let me leave and rejoin the call.
Good call.
There we go. Did that fix that?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Alright, Discord is just being a butt, like everything
yeah, Discord
else.
just did a hiccup because I couldn't hear you at all.
Alright.
Why?
Well, how do you know if we don't ask?
Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot?
It's gonna be a time. That contradicts. That contradicts something. I want to say this. Because, hey, it's almost Christmas, so it's not midnight yet. But this shows an empty lake.
So that's when the third shot was made.
So
this
presents?
is further confirmation of what he says. I think we should present the photo because it makes a lot more sense.
No! Fuck! It was wrong. Damn.
It is?
Yeah, that was wrong. Because normally
says...
when you make an objection and it's right, the music stops, so you know.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I say that is because I'm looking at the guide and it says the lake photo can be presented.
Ah, fuck. I didn't mean to.
We could. The other one
Okay.
says Lotta's disposition. Disposition. Wish they could have stated that in the guide. Maybe it means another lake photo. I don't know, but yeah, it says on the 5th statement. Are we presenting it on the 5th statement?
Yeah. Wait, I'm pretty
Actually,
sure.
no. This is for the. Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," so yeah, we're on the right one.
So it's Lotta's disposition.
Yeah, it says lake photo or Lotta's disposition.
I tried the lake photo. Wait, which lake photo? This one or second lake photo?
It just says lake photo, so I'm guessing it's that one.
What is this?
It says
Oh.
either or though, so you can present either.
Oh, interesting. Didn't know that.
There are some parts where you can actually give more than one piece of evidence.
Depending on how you
So-
view it, I suppose.
It doesn't matter which one you do, in my
Alright.
opinion.
This one. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct?
Huh? What's with that face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor.
Someone's in my house.
Is
I
that
believe it is my parents.
okay? Do you need to leave?
No, I'm pretty sure they'll leave me alone.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot.
Indeed, and?
Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve.
That would seem to be the case, yes.
But he should have heard that gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of that fact.
Let's see what the time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera. That was surprisingly sophisticated for the judge. 15 minutes after the midnight on Christmas Day.
This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor.
Order! Order! What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him, suspicious. He could vent at any moment. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butt's claim he heard the gunshot before midnight?
He's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight.
Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Yes.
Yeah, we
Show
do.
me your evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Now we have... No, die!
It's the gun.
Actually, that could work apparently.
Because
so,
the
alright.
gun was fired 3 times.
That's fair. The murder weapon?
Something about this pistol is bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight.
Order, order. I guess that would make sense of yesterday's testimonies. Bah! Don't waste our time again with your empty statements. Yes, the pistol was fired 3 times. But do you have any proof that it was fired before midnight?
Do you have proof that the witness didn't just think he heard something? Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Do you have evidence that proves there was a gunshot before midnight? Do you have evidence that proves Mr. Butts wasn't just hearing things? That would be the second lake photo, I believe.
Shows an empty lake.
Yes. Because that's... The reason why is because it fired the gunshot whenever there was nothing there, and it was before the other two.
But we need... Do you have evidence that proves Mr. Butts wasn't just hearing things?
Yeah, that's the lake photo, because it shoots at a bang. And so that means that the photo or the camera
that's
also heard a
right.
bang at that point in time
You're
before
right.
the other two shots.
Okay. Haha. Look at this photograph. Look at this graph.
Look at this graph.
This was taken by our witness yesterday with Miss Lotta Hart with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m.
Thank God that what's his name, Von Karma didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But there's nothing on the lake in this picture.
Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all.
What do you mean?
Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises.
Aha!
Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, there was a gunshot at the time that Larry claims.
Order! Order!
Ah, my lights went off behind me, and I was like, what happened?
That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far.
How long is this trial? How close are we to the end of this section of the trial? Before we go to, like, the next investigation.
Were you asking me a question?
Yes.
We're almost done with this one, so if you want to call it at the end of this trial, that's
Yeah,
okay
that's
with
what I'm
me.
planning.
However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen on the night of the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were two sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One is 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why?
Uh-oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes? Ah! What's wrong, Nick? I have it. Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember.
It was only one of two cases I've been a part of.
The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya? Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it. Right. I mean, is it safe? Safe? We're already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Wright.
The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So, you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself.
Incorrect. Wrong, Von Karma.
Objectively incorrect.
Objectively incorrect. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Oh, no.
Didn't say the magic word. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant Edgeworth and the victim Robert Hammond were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the one man on that boat. I admit, it's hard to imagine any other possibility.
Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
We have photographic evidence.
We have the photographic evidence of the time of the shooting.
Sorry.
The timestamp on the photo says 00:15.
But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent.
Mr. Wright, are you quite mad?
I'm going slightly mad, sir, yes.
Explain who the two men on the boat are.
So we know that Hammond had to be dead, and so
It would be Edgeworth and the murderer.
I want to ask what you think before I tell you, because I know the answer.
So Hammond would have already been dead. And maybe tossed into the lake at that point. So it would have to be Edgeworth and the murderer. Right?
Yeah. I mean, there's no other way, because it can't be Hammond, because if it was Hammond, then that would mean Edgeworth shot Hammond. It couldn't be the murderer and Hammond, because we know for a fact that Edgeworth had to be on that boat, because he admitted to it. So the only other thing left over is that Edgeworth and the murderer are there.
Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. Oh. Now I see what he's going with this.
Are you quite serious?
Yes. Edgeworth
I have
won't
to put
tell
my
us.
hearing aids in.
Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. Stream, why are we buffering? No.
Same reason why the Discord had a buffer for a second, probably.
That's why he didn't suspect anything. Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous! Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then.
The murderer's name? Right. It's...
Miles Edgeworth!
Don't know.
We know it can't be Miles Edgeworth, and we know it can't be Lotta Hart.
Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. We haven't met them yet.
You don't know?
I think
Again, you waste my time.
It's Von Karma. I just want him dead.
He just wants to backhand everybody, it looks like.
I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
The caretaker of the boat shop. Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then.
Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of the crime was not on a boat?
What? Well then, where did the murder take place?
I want to say here.
It's quite simple. It could take place in the boat shop.
In the boat shop.
I mean, yeah. Would be pretty simple to do.
Here,
murder him
of
inside
course.
there, leave him in there, go to murder him, and yeah, just pull the body out after you're done.
Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing.
Do you have proof of the boat shop was the scene of the crime?
Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. The little boat.
His boat just like moving around.
That night, he was out on the lake in the boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned a boat?
The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gold Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning.
Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I
I'm
start...
just flying by the seat of my pants.
Yeah, we're just rolling with the punches. But I think if I start the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to the shop.
You shot him?
This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's clothes, and he became Robert Hammond.
You know, I think the thing that confused me the most whenever I was listening to this part is I didn't know where Larry was whenever he heard the gunshot. So I think if they better explained that, it would have been easier for me to identify that it was in the boat shop.
Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake.
Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright?
The shopkeeper.
Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose.
Wait a minute.
Yes?
Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone?
Details.
You know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you ran out of explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer shot twice.
To create a witness. Right?
Yes.
I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor.
Create a witness?
The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him.
I see.
OMG, you're still playing? Yeah, we're almost done though.
To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other.
The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop, then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake.
Bailiff, bring out the witness from before.
When do you need to leave?
The boat shop caretaker, quickly.
When do you need to leave?
I've got... As soon as this trial is over, we should probably just stop for there.
Yeah,
and
that's
save
what I
it
was
for next
planning,
week.
but I didn't know how long this was going to drawn on for.
Yeah, it's alright.
Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker,
He's running. He ran.
I would like to ask the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, a few questions.
I can't imagine that boat taker running.
Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand.
He looks like he doesn't fit there.
Mr. Edgeworth,
He looks too big.
you heard what the defense has said.
I'm good. It's what, 10:23 there? Yeah, at least for me. Grant's an hour
is.
behind.
Yeah, it's 9:24 over here. You. Yes.
Well, why did you go to the lake that night?
What Wright said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at the Christmas on the Christmas
On
on
the
Christmas Eve,
Christmas.
on the midnight at Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me.
This stand is uncomfortable to sit in.
I need a better chair.
Something important. I'm sorry, I can't say what it is.
Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either.
He ran.
I thought of doing another red white, but I decided against it.
What?
What should I do?
What should I do?
Find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away.
Oh, look how straight Edgeworth is. He's like,
Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared.
And this is your problem, sir.
A search warrant has already been issued.
He's like, ah, damn, there goes my guy.
Damn.
It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under the circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find the witness. Am I understood? One more time. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is.
I want him.
I want you to give me pictures of Spider-Man. Very well. Court is adjourned.
Oh, thank God. My hips hurt from sitting here for 4 hours.
Well, just wait until next session we actually get to deal with the rest of the trial.
Yay.
The rest of the investigation.
Yay, Nick, you did it.
You
Yeah.
think it's over, it's not over.
Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still.
I mean, to be fair, if it wasn't for the unique testimony, he would have been
Yeah.
done for.
Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth?
Did you just say something?
You like to space out a lot, man.
I mean, he's thinking about it a lot right now.
I'm standing straight because it's the only way I can comfortably fit. I love that. Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax.
I'm sorry,
Relaxing is not in my genes.
but I fear it's not over for me yet.
What do you mean?
Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you.
Tell me. Feeling circle. Edgeworth?
No, there's little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but
I love you.
I can't make up my mind.
What is this about, Edgeworth?
It's a nightmare I've had.
The fat lady ain't even warming up.
A memory of a crime that I committed.
a crime you committed.
A memory of a murder.
Is he thinking he killed his dad?
All right, let's save.
I'm thinking he's having... Here's my thought process. I'm thinking he's having like a PTSD flashback memory of the DL6 incident. And because the murderer, there was no one was convicted, I think his brain twisted it to make him think that he killed his dad.
So here's the thing that we know. I'm not going to tell you whether you're right or wrong, but I'm going to tell you the facts that he was alone with one other man in that elevator with his dad. And by the end of it, his dad was dead.
And I'm pretty sure the lights weren't on either.
So it's either, I mean, from the evidence we have right now, it is either his dad killed himself, which apparently that is impossible. Yanni Yogi killed him, which apparently he was found innocent, or Edgeworth killed him.
I think it was Yanni Yogi, but then like once they got out of the elevator, the guy had passed out. Like they were all unconscious. So I think he's having like his brain's tricking him to make him think it was him, but it's not actually him. Whole thing is kind of sus. It's all sus. All of it is sus.
Do you want to say goodbye before I have to go?
I'm getting there. Calm down. All right. So thank you everyone for joining me tonight. I'm sorry for the stream hiccups. My internet is just stupid sometimes. I don't know why. I wish I could have better internet. At least my computer stopped making that weird noise. That's good. Yeah, you're welcome. So join me on Sunday. We will be continuing with Watch Dogs, which has been a great game so far. Lots of fun, and we get to yell at Aiden for being stupid. All right. Thanks, Grant, for joining me tonight. Greatly appreciate the voice acting.
It is no problem. I'm glad to be here, especially with one of my favorite cases.
Okay. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.